Hey y'all, hey. It is day 19 of Vlogmas. I lost count for a second there. Last night was a late night. I was working on some sewing projects, and my bedtime is typically like sometimes 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And I did not go to bed until 1:30ish this morning, maybe 2. So not firing quite on all cylinders, which is why I didn't have the thumbnail up for this video or all of that. But it is day 19 of Vlogmas. All week we have been talking about travel. And as part of Vlogmas, I will keep going live through Christmas Day on the 25th, which y'all is less than a week away. This is like, it's wild to me because in typically this time of year, I'm out in the street somewhere. I'm traveling, I'm in the process of getting to some place. But before that, especially when my kids were still at home, like all of the Christmas preparations and all that kind of stuff I used to do, like it's blowing my mind that it's less than a week to Christmas and I'm like I don't have anything to do. There are no preparations for me to make, uh, which I love for me. I love that for me. All right. If you are new here and the YouTube algorithm brought me to your stream, hey, my name is Adelia Aborishade. A lot of people know me as Picky Girl Travels the World. I am picky about a lot of stuff. I love to travel. I live here in Mexico City. What else do you need to know about me? I left the US 7 years ago, been abroad since, lived in multiple countries. And this is my YouTube channel where I share kind of various aspects of my life, living abroad, travel, as well as we talk about money because in order for you to live the life you want and travel and go do things, you got to have some money. So, those are the things we talk about on this channel. If that sounds good to you, we're glad you're here. You should absolutely subscribe to the channel. I am trying my best to get 20,000 subscribers before the end of the month. And I think right now we're up to 18,800 and something. I haven't looked today. So if you've been watching and you've not subscribed, pretty please, with sugar on top, help your girl out. All right. Um, Today's Vlogmas Live is gonna be a little different. This is we gonna help each other with this. Um, because I was thinking about like yesterday we talked about um how how you can travel with other people and like not lose your mind. Before that, we talked about how you can travel in this new era that we're living in, and come out on the other side, not hating yourself for deciding to travel. And today, I wanted specifically to kind of talk about like what are some resources us as Black women should be aware of? This could be companies that do like that curate responsible travel. Like I mentioned yesterday, my trip to Cuba was with Reroute Travel, which is run by Dr. Kiona. I cannot recommend them enough. I would not go to Cuba again without going with them. And although Dr. Kiona is not a Black woman, uh, she is mindful in how she curates things in Cuba to make sure that there's a focus like on Afro-Cuban culture and diversity and that sort of thing. So, you know, I was thinking like, who are some other uh, trip curators what are some of the groups that if I'm a Black woman and I travel, I should know about? Or who are you using to get travel inspiration? Like, who is your favorite person on IG, TikTok? I don't be over on TikTok, so I can't help anybody. But if somebody watching this knows a great TikToker who is sharing content that is going to be helpful and meaningful for Black women who are trying to travel, please share that. So that's what I want to do today. I'm going to share a few of my favorites with y'all, but I'd love to hear where are you getting your travel inspiration? Who are your go-to travel people? I don't want to use the term influencer. I've never really liked that term, but like, who are the people that talk travel that, particularly if you are a Black woman, they've got resources and things that can be helpful for us. Okay. So, um, what are my favorites? If we're talking about people curating experiences, um, and like trying to find your travel tribe, there are two that come to mind. Um, on Instagram, I do not know if she is on TikTok. Her name is Diva Green, and her IG handle is I got your black. Kind of like I got your back, but I got your black. And her focus is on um, Black travel. Let me make sure I'm telling y'all correctly. Um, Not just here in Mexico, but of the diaspora everywhere. Let me see. What does it say on her IG? Your guide to global Black culture and immersive travel experiences. On IG, it is I got your Black underscore. I love the content that she posts. Um, because I've mentioned to y'all in particular, because I'm a bit of a history nerd and a geography nerd. I love it when people are sharing experiences and curating experiences for other travelers that really goes beyond the surface, are more immersive, that allow you to connect with um, populations in a place that you don't particularly get to see. She is doing um, an Afro-Mexican experience. She's hosting one in March, I think June, and I know there's one in October. And maybe somebody is watching this and kind of didn't know that Afro-Mexicans were a thing, that there is a Black population, a native Black population here in Mexico. Y'all, we got to remember the transatlantic slave trade, like we got cousins everywhere. They just got out at a different boat stop than we did. So she and in wider Mexican culture, this is a group that often gets overlooked. They were not recognized for like the census purposes and things like that, I think up until 2015. It's very, very new. But she curates a trip in the Costa Chica region of Mexico, which is where a large number of the Afro-Mexican population lives. I will be going on that experience in March, but her content is what's the word I want to say? Like, not only is it good, it's like I tell y'all I'm struggling. I did not get enough sleep. But basically, what I'm trying to say is it's like not exploitive. You don't feel like, ugh, this is icky. Okay. Ah, Dee said I'm planning to do the Afro-Mexican tour with her next year. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, okay, Aileen mentioned the Fat Girl Travel Network and Annette with Love for inspiration since I'm plus size. Okay, okay. And all of these that y'all mentioned, I'm gonna add them to the description. So keep them coming. Let's see, who else mentioned somebody? Okay. Um, so I Got Your Black. I also like Exodus Summit, which I know a lot of you are already familiar with. But those of you who are not, Exodus Summit is honestly, it is the premier event for Black women who want to travel, who want to be digital nomads, who want to move abroad. The summit, the virtual summit, is typically held in October. Um, if you're interested in that, I know they sell replays, but Exodus Summit also has a community, excuse me, on Facebook where there are something like 13,000, 14,000 Black women there who are sharing their experiences traveling. They can be a resource and answer questions for you. About like, this was my experience here, or this is the Airbnb I stayed at, or I ate at this restaurant. Um, you know, you're wondering for things or like what the vibe is going to be like in a particular place. I think that kind of information is invaluable. Um, and so you can get to the community. I think if you go to exodussummit.com/community, it will take you there. And if you have a Facebook account and you are a Black woman, you can join. Um, who is this? Um, I also like a whole lot on Instagram. Her name is Gabby Beckford. Her Instagram handle is Pax Light, PACKSLIGHT. She is Gen Z, but she has been traveling full time for the last year or two. One of the things that I love about what Gabby does, in addition like to sharing, tips and tricks about, and all of that kind of travel content stuff, she shares paid travel opportunities, many of which have no age limit. So I'm mentioning this because I know a lot of y'all who are watching this either now live or watching in the future on the replay. Hey, replay gang. I know a lot of y'all want to travel, but maybe you haven't worked out how to pay for it yet. If you're not following Gabby at Paxlight, you need to. She posts on her website. If you go to paxlight.com, she has a PTO, a paid travel opportunity dashboard where she lists all of these opportunities that you can apply for. So if you're somebody like me and you wanted to study abroad when you were younger, but life got in the way, you never got a chance to, she is constantly sharing opportunities. Like, I forget, she got to live in Dubai for free. She got like a free 2-week trip to South Korea. There's all kinds of programs. Some of them involve studying, some of them just involve going. And again, because I know those of us who are older are like, well, that's great. They offer those opportunities for young people. No, they're for people our age as well. So her Instagram is Pax Light. Like, you pack light when you go on your trip, or you bring light with you where you go. PACKSLIGHT. Okay. Gabby Beckford on in, I'm telling you, and if you're on TikTok, I know she's all up over there too, because y'all know that's where the Gen X folks be. But her website is paxlight.com. Her name is Gabby Beckford. Absolutely, you need to check her out. Yes, the Sojourneys. And I know she has a YouTube channel, and I think she has Instagram. Um, Absolutely love her and her content. It's like practical travel, uh, both domestic in the US and international. And particularly if you're somebody who is looking for inspiration, or because it's often very difficult to, like, if you've not traveled before and people in your circle don't travel and you're like, how does this work? What do I do? It's often very useful to find somebody or to see somebody who is similar to you that's out there doing it. And she is traveling and going all over the place at the same time that she's working remotely. I believe she's a social worker. So definitely check out her, the Sojourneys. Thank you, Word Up Psychotherapy, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Going back through here to see if I missed anybody. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So Gabby, the Sojourneys, uh, I Got Your Black, Exodus Summit. Somebody else I would add to this list is Tia Takes the World. I know she's on Facebook. I know she's on Instagram. I'm gonna guess because Tia's a little younger than me that she's probably on TikTok as well. Um, I she was on an episode of the podcast. It was one of the early episodes. I'd say like 6, 7. I can't remember the number example, but Tia is a teacher in Abu Dhabi in the UAE, and I interviewed her and Megan and Tiffany, who have all taught different places all over the world, and we talked about like what that's like. So, for the folks that were wondering more about teaching abroad at international schools, you might want to check out that episode of the podcast. Tia Takes the World. Um, so she teaches uh, in Abu Dhabi, but she also is always traveling. Like right now in her stories, she's sharing what she did on a trip to, I think it was Kyrgyzstan. Bishkek is the capital of Kyrgyzstan, I think. I think I should know this, but I told y'all I didn't get a lot of sleep. Um, she is the person who had me wanting to go to Georgia because of all the cool things she did there. An additional thing about Tia, she runs uh, group trips and she also does, I guess, travel planning. So let's say, you've been watching people's IG, and you're watching all of their stuff, and you're like, okay, I want to go there, but I'm rolling by myself or I'm taking my family with me. I'd love somebody to put the trip together for me. Tia does that. So I would definitely check her out. She's a sweetie. She's a sweetie. Um, World of Wanderer. Is this Kobe? Is that her IG? Um, Give us some more information, Marissa, about why this account is one we need to follow. Okay, so World of Wanderer, that is Kobe. Um, if you've watched Rashida Dow's channel, you've probably seen her interview from when she used to live in Merida, Mexico. Somebody else that makes swoon-worthy content. You want ideas, for activities, places to go. Again, Black woman. If you are LGBTQ or one of the other alphabets, Kobe's account, World of Wanderer, is somebody else because she's in a same-sex relationship. Kobe Holiday, yes. Uh, and so, but like again, she makes like swoon worthy stuff that you're like, oh my gosh, where is this? How do I get there? How can I go do this thing? Yeah, so that's a good one, Marissa. That's a good one. All right. Um, let's see. If you have little people in your life, um, I don't follow too many travel accounts that have little people involved. But Onika the Traveler, and Traveler has two L's in it because she's Canadian. They have taken I think her daughter is 3, 4, maybe. I think Lil Bit has been to 20 countries at this point. And so they share a lot of, especially you want to, if I was not this kind of travel mom, but you want to like travel with your kids and you're like planning photo shoots and you're trying to think about like, okay, what are what's like some of the gear you need and that sort of thing. I think her account is good for that. Okay. And there's a mom that she's friends with that they sometimes travel together with the kids and without. Okay. What other accounts or, either IG, TikTok, people who do trips do we need to know about? Does anyone know somebody who does a mindful curated experience for the Gullah Islands? I do not. Anybody watching in the future know? If you do, please write in comments. Okay. Okay. Why, Celeste? Why Marie at Ball Girl Will Travel? What about her page? Because I know she's got a YouTube channel. She's on IG. I think she might be on TikTok too. What about her page? Why do folks need to know? Like, what are they going to get when they go there? Oh, you know who? I don't know if she is a boomer. I don't know who she is, but Jet Set Sarah on Instagram. Let me double check that that is her name. That's somebody else. Yes, Jet Set Sarah. I don't know that she is a boomer. She might be an elder Gen Z. She is a writer and a travel expert. She's somebody else that like if you're into cruising, you're into particularly you love the Caribbean. I know a lot of her, yes, I'm looking at her IG, her description now. It says Caribbean Queen. So if for you, you're like, I want more island travel content, Jet Set Sarah. Okay. Sandra from lack to legacy. Practical tips, traveling solo. I think is Sandra a boomer or is she an elder Gen Xer? But yes, somebody who is retired and you're like, okay, I've retired and I don't want to sit in this house and watch these grandkids. I want to be out there seeing the world. Definitely check her out. I know on her YouTube channel, she has been sharing, um, she's in Southeast Asia right now, Thailand, Vietnam. I forgot where she was before that. She's been sharing a lot of that content. Um, so yes, check her out. Okay. Queen of DC. I know she is that's her handle on IG. I think she is still in Malaysia. Is she still in Malaysia right now? But yes, you want to see like, hey, I feel funny calling her older because we may be the same age. I don't know. But you're like, I want to see a mature, I don't want to see like little teeny boppers traveling around. I want to see mature folks traveling. Definitely follow the Queen of DC. I mean, of course, our Black Utopia. Um, we love Halisi and Rick around here. Their YouTube channel, because I don't think they're on TikTok. On their YouTube channel, uh, you can a lot of Portugal content, your house sitting content. Rick is in his 60s. Halise is in her 50s. You want some inspiration, particularly you're a black woman, a part of a couple, and you're like trying to get that man to get with the program. Definitely y'all should be watching our Black Utopia's YouTube channel. Okay. 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 See, like Sandra's Gen X. Like I said, we I I there are y'all know how it is. Sometimes you assume people are older than you, but they're not. Um, and so yeah. Okay. The Yarbrough. Yvonne, why, if I'm a black woman, why should I be watching the Yarbrough on YouTube? Why should I? I mean, I know this answer, but I'm gonna make you do some work today. I would argue that you would want it if you are curious about um, a more nomadic style of travel, a more slow travel. Like you don't you're looking to go beyond just like, oh, we were there for a week on vacation. You want to kind of be like a slow mad. The Yarbroughs are great. Again, it is a couple. So if you're watching my video and there is a man in your life and you trying to get him with the program, they may be somebody good to watch. I was just watching H&D Abroad, was watching their live over the weekend, and that was one of the things that they mentioned. So that's another good couple for you to watch. Okay, I see there's a question about Muslim travelers, like Black girl Muslim travelers. Anybody got a suggestion? I'm about to sneeze. Ah, excuse me, y'all. Okay. If somebody watching the replay has some suggestions on Black girl Muslims who travel, who host trips, they post about travel, let us know. Okay, y'all. Uh, Thank you, Yvonne. They share Black couple content during travel, focus on our experiences while bopping around. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, y'all. We're gonna wrap this up for today. Like I said, I will add these to the description. Um, and yeah, are y'all ready for Christmas? Uh, I something that happened here. Yes. Now, I love Elise. I love Elise. Primarily, her content is about China, uh, because she has been there for 4 years. She lived in Beijing. She just moved to Chengdu I think in the south. No, Chengdu is the city with the pandas. Um, but I also know that a lot of the folks who tend to watch here are not enthusiastic about China, and hopefully I've not rubbed off on them and made them less than enthusiastic. But yes, if if you want to see what it is like for a Black woman living in China, you should be. She has a YouTube channel, Elise Lightyear. It's under her name. That is also her handle on Instagram. And she's actually going to be hosting a trip to Beijing and Xi'an. I don't remember the dates, but if you've been wanting to go to China or and you're like, but I want to go in a way that, maybe going on Elise's trip might be something worth checking out. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, y'all. We are going, how many days am I doing Vlogmas? The last Vlogmas live will be on December 25th. So I am doing a total of 25 days. Today is day 19. Um, so I will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern for day 20 of Vlogmas. Bye, y'all.